I am talking about this topic because I am a meditation teacher, I am an energetic therapist, and I'm also a coach. And I've been doing the practice of meditation for over 13 years. However, I have not been always like this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No difference.
Shocking. Shocking, I know.
Shocking. You were so beautiful.
Yes.
What happened to you?
It's the beard. Beautiful as a goblin. So, I was not always like this. Back in that time, I was an extremely anxious person. My anxiety was through the roof. Imagine that when I was going to get some bread from the shop, which was like 2 minutes away, I had physical pain from the anxiety of walking on the street. I could not look in people's eyes, I could not stay straight. I was like an exclamation mark all the time. And no self-confidence, nothing. It was below the sea level. So this was in 2010. And then I had one thing that was working for me back then. And it was my curiosity. I wanted to learn and to understand how this world and how this reality works. So back then, I discovered meditation. And imagine that in 2010, no YouTube, no guided meditations, no nothing. It was simply a forum where I got some instructions and I was like, yeah, let's do it, why not? And it's actually funny because I started meditation not because I knew anything about it, but because I read that Shaolin monks do meditation, and I was like, I like Shaolin monks, I want to be a one, so I'm doing meditation. And when I first did it, just simply breathing and being in the present moment, suddenly my anxiety went down. I was more relaxed, I was peaceful, and I was like, wow. Then I realized that my whole life till that point I was living in anxiety. I didn't realize because I had nothing to compare it with. When I did my meditations for the first few days, my changed state, my emotions changed, and I could understand the difference. I could understand that something was not working for me. So I want to ask you, what do you guys think is the most common type of negative emotion that people are experiencing? So what do you think it is?
Guilt.
Guilt, maybe. What else? Other negative emotions.
Anger.
Yes.
Social pressure.
Social pressure. Yes.
Shame.
Shame. Good. Any other negative emotion that maybe you are also experiencing? Judgment.
Judging.
Judging who?
Feeling judged.
Feeling judged. Good.
Anger.
Anger. Yes.
Okay.
We often have negative opinions about ourselves, and it's
Yes.
also a kind of negative emotion.
Yes. So the opinions change, create the emotions. Yes, Nick.
Stuff you learned in the past.
Stuff you learned in the past. Yes, we're going to get there in a moment. So the most common type of negative emotion is stress or anxiety. Around 40 million Americans are experiencing or were diagnosed with the stress disease or a stress dysfunction. And this is just those who are diagnosed. So stress and anxiety is a very common emotion that we are feeling day by day. Some of us are conscious of it, some of us are not. But we are experiencing it every day. And do you know what happens? Do you know what happens to you when you are experiencing the same negative emotion day in and day out? This is happening. So you can take a few moments just to read and see what happens to your body, to your mind, to your behavior. So this is something that is not benefiting us long term if we stay in this emotion. It gives you headaches, it gives you irritation, it gives you lack of energy, fatigue, behavioral changes, lack of sleep, and the list goes on. But why? Why is this happening? It's simply because before, the danger was always outside. So the danger was the tiger, the wolf, the famine, or something that was happening outside that was creating the stress. But now, because of our brains and because we can see and predict the future and remember the past, now the tiger that was once outside is here. And is constantly here, constantly about to attack you. This is the power of our brains. And because of this, our body is thinking that we are in constant danger, that we are always about to die. And the body doesn't know, because the body doesn't have the necessary tools to look outside and to see like, oh, I'm actually safe. The body is always following our mind. And yes, sadly, but we are using one of the most powerful tools that we have, imagination, in the wrong way. Does anyone happen to think of a negative scenario and then get stressed out of nowhere? Yeah? Oh, a few people. Okay? And let me ask you a question. When you were thinking of that negative scenario that you were stressing or maybe not sleeping that night, did it happen? No?
Very often no.
Very often, no. Yes, Nick.
Did you say the negative thing you're thinking about?
Yes.
Did it happen?
Did it happen?
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't. So what happened? You basically stressed yourself out for something that was not certain. Right? The tiger was not there. And your body reacted like you were in danger. This is the power of your imagination. Yes, question?
But because I'm afraid of the tiger, I was running faster. I
Yes.
was paying attention, so without the stress, maybe I would have met the tiger.
Yes, I totally agree. So I will talk about this in a moment. Stress is beneficial when it's needed. Stress is beneficial. I do not deny it. However, when you're constantly in it, then it's detrimental. Because your body cannot heal or recover. So what happens? It's pretty simple. We are thinking of something, and that thought creates an emotion. Our body feels an emotion, and again, the emotion that we are feeling at that moment creates how we think. When you're stressed, you cannot be thinking like flowers, butterflies, everything will be fine. It's really, really hard. Because you're full of adrenaline, you're full of stress, and you're always thinking of the worst case scenario. And this is how emotional dependence or emotional addiction happens. Your body gets addicted to the same emotions that you're experiencing day by day by day. And now, when you're experiencing too much stress, your body will ask for it. If you're experiencing one month of stress, and the stress is done, your body will be like, I've been processing stress for 1 month, I need more, I want more of this. And now your body is stuck in that emotion. Your body is stuck, the hormones will be generated again and again, and you will find things to be stressed about. Who here has experienced situations where their body was out of control? So like shaking, couldn't control, respirations, panic attacks. Did someone experience that? Yes. So congratulations, you practiced the emotional stress so much that your body became an expert. And your body is like, I can do that now myself. I don't need your help. Really, this is what happens. Like your body is listening to you and your body is simply following instructions. It doesn't have a mind of its own. We are in command. So what do we do? What should we do? One more thing actually, because I want to come to what you said before. Emotions do not happen by themselves. You need a definition. If the definition is negative, guess what? You're going to get a negative emotion. If the definition is positive, you're going to get positive emotion. So if I would, example, swear to you now in Romanian, and you have no understanding or no definition of what my words mean, you have no reaction, because you do not understand. Right? So it's the definitions that we give about the situations that is the most impactful. So, whenever you have a negative emotion, ask yourself, what do I believe is true that I am feeling like this? So, what do I believe is true for me to feel like this? And see the definition. This is $1 million question. Because the more you do this, the more you'll understand, oh, I believe this, and this is causing me stress. What if I change it? Think about it. Moving on. Now, how do we escape the loop? How do we escape this constant cycle of stress, creating thoughts, creating stress, this vicious cycle that seems without escape? By doing nothing. There is a certain type of meditation that is very easy to do, where you go into the void. Basically, you go into a state of mind where there is no more time, no more personality, no more situations, there is no more your boss trying to call you or someone else trying to reach to you. And what happens is when you get into that certain state where there is nothing else, everything else is gone, your body does not have anything to attach itself or to react from. So what happens in that moment? Your body relaxes. Your body relaxes and it can finally go into balance. The more you do this type of meditation, the more you go into nothingness or into void, the more your body will shut down all of this stress and all of these emotions. This step is miraculous. And I want everyone to experience this, so I will be sharing with everyone a free meditation later on for those who want to experience it. Going into nothingness and releasing all of the emotions. So you can start over. Now, what do we do from this point on? So we went into the meditation, we went into nothingness, and we came back to point zero, to complete balance. Well, guess what? What happens when you release stress is your body will go into the alpha frequency. In the alpha frequency, your imagination will become as real as the exterior world. Does it make sense? Have you ever stayed or imagined something and it was so real for you that you felt it in the body? Has everyone done that?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
For those who didn't do it, I suggest to do it because there are no limitations for this. So the moment you release stress, you're able to go into this alpha frequency in meditation where your imagination will be as strong and as real as the real world. Okay, so what if? What if your imagination is as real as the real world? What does that mean? What can you do? From this point, you will be able to generate whatever emotion you desire. So I have a question for everyone. Who wants to feel happiness? Okay? Who wants to feel loved? Who wants to feel rich? Who wants to feel successful? Okay. Guess what? You can do this by yourself and go into the state where you feel these emotions so powerfully that you will not be able to know the difference if it's real or not. And guess what? Instead of going out and fighting, stressing yourself and doing all of that, you can already get to the finish line by feeling what you want to feel. Because in reality, whatever we want, whatever desire we want it because we want to feel something. We want to be rich because we want to be free, or we want to feel safe. Yes? Or maybe not. You guys can tell me. We want to have a relationship because we want to feel loved. We want to be successful because maybe we want attention, or we want someone to say, you are good, you are valuable. This is another exercise you can do. See what you want and see what emotion do I actually want from it. And see what am I actually looking for. Am I looking for the actual object, or am I looking for an emotional reward? And guess what? Once you find the answer of what you want, you can just use your imagination and literally feel that emotion as it's happening right now. And now, okay, I know some of you are already thinking, because I can hear it, that what is this? Is this child's play? We're using imagination for what end? So, okay, I feel good, and what? Well, your body doesn't know the difference between your reality and your imagination. So when you generate that emotion, that positive, elevated emotion, you know what happens? These are the benefits of peace and gratitude. I'm not going to go through them because there are a lot, and I didn't have space to put it in. So when you're going into that positive emotion, your body will react. And it will create millions of chemicals that will affect your mood, your biology, your nervous system, your immune system, and so on.
A question.
Yes,
Regarding what is written in there.
tell me.
What are orgasms?
So,
Is it something else?
no, it's orgasms.
Okay.
Yeah, so also you get more orgasms from it.
Right.
Yes. I tried my best.
Too many O's
Sorry?
in the word.
Oh, yeah. So, this is what you get from generating a positive emotion in your body. Do you think it's worth it? What do you guys say? Do you think it's worth it to sit down for 20 minutes, feel an emotion that you can generate for free, okay, for free, and to have these benefits? And guess what? If there would be a medicine that would have these benefits, first of all, it would be illegal. And second of all, it would be $10,000 with these benefits. Okay, so how do we do this? How do we get here? This is the formula. 3 simple steps. First, you need to get out of your current state. You do the nothing meditation or the void meditation, and your body will relax. Will relax completely. After you have released stress from your body, next step is you can decide, what do I want to feel? Once you decide, you can use your imagination to feel and to generate those emotions. And last step, repeat. Repeat, repeat, repeat. And what will happen is your body will get addicted to those positive emotions. I did this recently. I had a period where I was extremely stressed, and I could feel that I was tensing up, I couldn't swallow properly, I was sweating a lot, and I realized, okay, I am too stressed. I did a formula in 3 days. In 3 days, I changed my emotions completely to the point where I was having happiness attacks. Do you guys understand? Like, I was like working, and out of the sudden I was like, oh my God, this feels so good. Out of nowhere. Why? Because my body got addicted to that emotion, and it was asking it and doing that emotion again and again and again. Would you like to experience that? Yes? So this is something that you can do. Moving on. What is important is now we have the knowledge, we have the information, and we have the method to do this. It's very simple. You already have all the information you need. Just putting it into practice. And the more you put it into practice, the more you can get out of being the victim of your reality and to become the source of it. Because what happens when you practice these tools, you will understand that I do not need, or you do not need, to get your validation from the outside world. You don't need to react anymore from the outside world. You don't need to wait anymore for the happiness, for the success, for your love. You can generate it here and now. Who wants to do that?
Everyone.
Everyone. Good. So this is something that each one of us can do. But, okay, so you generate the feeling. That means that I will not go anymore outside and do stuff? Because I'm pretty sure people are thinking this. Especially the business owners and the people who are active, like, so I just stay there, feel good and do nothing? No. Now you can go and do stuff in the world from that elevated point of view. Guess what? More productivity, better resilience, less stress, more peace. While doing all of those other actions. Complete game changer. So, for those who want to know more, who want to change their emotions and become the master of their own emotions and to become the source of their reality, those who want can work with me, and we can work with sessions, coaching, meditations, and everything else. And I can give you this method for free because we already have it. So for those interested in working with me and going further, you can either check the QR code or you can speak with me after the speech. Good. Now, let's do a little exercise. So, I want you to find someone new, so not your best friend or not your spouse, and I want you to go to them, to tell them, how do you feel right now? So, what emotions are you feeling on a daily basis? And then I want you to tell them, what would you like to feel? So, how would you like to feel on a daily basis and why? Most importantly, why would you like to feel happy or satisfied or loved? Okay guys, 5 minutes, let's do this exercise. We can talk Okay. And what emotion would that be like? So how would you define that emotion?
I mean, not exactly at this moment. Because of the new generation in my life, so I try to get used to what the situation is. I feel excited. I would like to feel. Anxiety to
that level of fulfillment is more. Wanting to make sure that and the emotion they want to feel it's like the emotion of satisfaction. You know, like I delivered an important message or I helped someone this fulfillment that I'm and I can actually generate it right now. Yeah, exactly. And I'm actually doing it right now. Do you know Joe Dispenza? Joe Dispenza is talking about it, so we can get into any and it is all the entire topic. I really wanted to deliver this message that you don't need to be dependent on your exterior reality fully to feel because I've been in so many situations where I had mind-blowing emotional experiences that no drugs can ever take. And I want this for others. Okay, guys. Guys, you can slowly finish. So guys, you can slowly finish the chat.
Thank you.
Perfect. So guys, thank you so much. It was a pleasure. And I hope that you learned something new about yourself and something new about maybe what you want to do. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thrivetalk for Dragos. Thank you so much, Dragos.